Welcome to Immersive Adventurers. We're playing Pathfinder this time, baby. So, this you've seen us play Aliens, Justin. You've seen Justin and his guys play another game. I don't remember what system you guys were using.
5e.
Pathfinder. Pathfinder. Pathfinder is so much more fun. I've been enjoying reading this stuff. So we'll go ahead and just jump right into this. Salty. You are walking. The road into Grim Hollow is supposed to be routine. A report of missing livestock, a few farmers gone. This kind of problem barely warrants your attention. But yet, you were sent anyways. The forest feels like it's tightening as you walk. Not physically, more of a presence. The air is colder than it should be. Your breath is showing. This is wrong. It isn't winter. You check your orders again, more out of an instinct than a need. Grim Hollow, reports of disappearances, local officials not really responding. Assess and restore order. Stamped, signed, sealed. Routine. But something's gnawing at you. You've been trained to look into disappearances before. They normally leave signs. Struggle, panic, some kind of evidence. This, however, this feels like absence. As you walk, the village slowly comes into view. Low buildings, crooked roofs, a thin veil of mist clinging to the ground like it belongs there. There should be more sound. Even the smallest settlements have something, a hammer, voice, dogs barking. However, here, there's nothing. You pass the village sign saying Grim Hollow. The lettering is deep carved, but worn. Not by time, by something dragging across it again and again and again. A lantern burns near the entrance as you pause. The flame is weak and pale, almost colorless. Your training instantly kicks in. You scan. There's no guards, no movement, no open doors, no visible tracks in or out. The feeling, it's unmistakable. You're not alone. A door creaks somewhere deeper in town, slow and unsteady, and then a voice. Not close, not far. Another one. And silence. They keep sending them. You turn toward the sound. Nothing there. No figure. No movement. Then there's a second voice, sharper, whispered from a different direction. This one walks like he still believes in it. A pause. Let's see how long that lasts. The lantern beside you flickers violently and then steadies, and everything goes still again. It's like the village itself is holding its breath. And in that moment, you understand something deep in your gut. You're not just here to restore order. You are here because something has already broken it. And as you walk into this town, you see that there is a single building more towards the center of town in the town square, with all the lights on, smoke rolling out the chimney stack, and you can smell food. And you can, as you get closer, you hear people. Sounds like glasses clinking on tables, silverware scraping against plates, people eating, talking, and having a meal. Excuse me. At this point, Salty, I would like you to introduce your character for me. Give me descriptions as what he looks like, what he would be doing as he's approaching what you can only assume is the tavern.
Okay. Let's see if I can find this shit. Where did I put it? Okay. So, Lucian is average height male. His full name is Lucian Alaric. He is currently a Justiciar of Abadar. He is judge, investigator, and executioner in equal measure. Where law breaks down, he restores it. Where order fails, he enforces it. He does not negotiate chaos. He does not ignore crime. He does not hesitate in the field. Lucian carries the authority of the law itself. His word is judgment. His actions are sentence.
What does Lucian look like? Let's give some descriptions of what he looks like.
Let's give some descriptions. Didn't I post a picture in here?
You did.
I did.
What's that real quick?
So he's dark-haired, got a medium beard. I'd say an average build. He's in his late 20s. I'm gonna say 29, 30. And he has definitely been around. He's a veteran of multiple wars that have been happening around the world, and he looks like he carries it.
So, as you're approaching this tavern, you walk in, and you see a few of these village folk, as my wife is standing right behind me petting one of the cats. You see some of these village folk, and they look like they've almost given up hope. Like something is draining the drive to continue from them. And then you see the barkeep. She seems like the warmth that these people desperately, and I mean desperately, need. She has a smile on her face. She's trying to go around laughing and joking with some of these people. And she just seems pleasant. So in an odd sense. She sees you walking in and, "Hi, stranger. Welcome to Grim Hollow. Find a table. I'll be with you just a moment." And you kind of look around and you see that there's a couple empty tables. One, you see a smaller stature figure kind of hunched over, looks like a mug of ale or something like that, kind of in the corner. Not really. It's like he's trying to keep a low profile but still be very aware of what's going on around him. And he's sticking to as far back corner as he possibly can, and you find an empty table and you sit down. She comes up and, well, how you doing? My name's Lyra. How can I help you today?
Ma'am, I'm all right. A drink, please.
Certainly. You look awfully fancy in that suit of armor. I gotta say, we don't have a whole lot of higher end things. We do have some pretty good ale. Gorlac in the bag makes a pretty decent brew. It's quite potent, though.
A simple mead is fine. If not, any ale you have on tap.
Certainly, I'll get that for you right up. And she immediately turns and goes towards the bar. Justin, what is Goretax doing currently as he sits at this table?
He's gonna check his mug to see if it's empty.
It's about halfway.
Then he'll scan around the room with his little red beady eyes, noting that the newcomer comes in and kind of look him up and down.
Okay. So you give him a quick glance. Lucian, I am saying that right. Yes, Lucian, is there... I would assume you would have a pendant or symbol or something like that of Abadar.
Yeah, I have a pendant of Abadar, and then on my shield there's also the key, which is the symbol of Abadar.
Okay.
Symbol of the first vault.
Justin, why don't you go ahead and give me the first roll? And I want you to... I want you to recall some knowledge.
Lore law? Lore legal?
Yeah, let's do some
Lore legal. All knowledge. I imagine it would be legal, right?
Yeah.
Or religion.
I'll give you religion or legal. I'll give you one of them.
I want to do legal.
I'll let you. Okay, go ahead.
10.
A 10. So with a 10, you would know that you know the symbol. You've seen it in many courts that you've brought people into. You know it's for the deity Abadar, and you would know that most of his devout followers, at least from your experiences and in probably your train of thought, are more sticks in the mud than anything else.
I'll just continue to eye up and down.
Okay.
Oh, why is this you?
As you both are sitting here, shut the fuck up, phone. As you both are sitting here, you both are just kind of listening and watching, gathering information as it comes and goes, trying to keep track of what's going on, trying to overhear conversations. For about 20 minutes, nothing really is changing as far as the conversation. People are just more or less catching up or discussing these disappearances.
Oh, well, in 20 minutes, I'm gonna raise my mug and go.
Certainly, just one moment, please. And you see her helping one other patron, and then she comes over and brings you another cup of ale. And for about 20 minutes, you just hear him talking about people just up and disappearing. Some think that people are finally running away from Grim Hollow and just leaving it all behind. Others think these people are being taken. There's no real evidence to say one way or another. But for about 20 minutes, this is what you're hearing, and then you see the doors open again. And this time, this figure comes walking in, with a cowboy hat on, a bandana over his face, big hulking body. Yeti, if you would be so kind.
Well, you kind of described physically wise. 7 foot tall. Definitely sounds heavy, but looks, fairly thin for, I guess, that height. Clad in hide and leather or hide clothes and leather armor, as mentioned, with the cowboy hat and the bandana across his face. He also has a bow on his back and a dagger on his hip. You can see, I don't know, I kind of made that out to be orangish eyes, so because I kind of like the idea of it being orange rather than it's yellow.
Okay. So you step in, you Goretax and Lucian, you see this rather large figure come walking in, and Thunk, you kind of look around and you see that there's a few open tables, or there's maybe like 1 or 2 open tables, but it's more towards the center of this tavern. Is there anywhere in particular that Thunk would like to sit?
I think given his circumstances, he's probably going to want to try and go, if possible, along one of the walls or even up to the bar or something like that. But having some vision of, or like keeping his eyes on the entryway to the bar, I suppose.
Okay.
If possible.
Yeah, no, you're able to go up to the bar, find a seat kind of next to a couple patrons, but nothing.
Yeah.
It's closer, but more towards the edge of the bar where you're able to kind of still be somewhat secluded. And you start hearing some of these same rumors. And hey, Yeti, go ahead and give me. Yeti, why don't you, for your first roll, I would like you just to give me a perception check, please.
When you guys are done, I want to wave Lyra over again.
Okay, Steve. I mean, perception 13.
Yep. Okay. So.
And perceive shit.
No, you kind of looking around, taking in your surroundings. You see the nicely clad Justicar in the bag next to, or closer to, a smaller figure, kind of hood up and keeping to the shadows. And then at the other end of the bar, sitting at the bar as well, you see another figure, a lot slimmer build, but you just catch the armor underneath the cloak that they are wearing. It's almost like they're not trying to fully hide, but they're more or less trying to keep somewhat of a low profile. And you can. Is that? You're not able to tell, but you would almost think. No, it can't. It can't be. And you kind of push the thought off to your mind. Pig. What would Leonus be doing at the bar? At the bar he's sitting at? As you are trying to take in some information, because Salty, Lucian, you have your own orders. You have your order straight from the Church of Abadar. The rest of you kind of got information, not really mercenaries for hire, but some of you hear about lawlessness happening and are coming to investigate to help out. Others hear, hey, investigate this, figure it out, there's coin involved. So you're all kind of interested. But what would Leonus be doing at the bar currently?
Well, as he is sat at the bar, it's about 6 foot human, clad in armor, not too much armor, but just enough. What could be described as a breastplate, some shoulder pads, knee guards, gauntlets, but nothing too crazy, not like full plate. Underlaid with mail. As he notices the figures, or the individuals that have walked in to the bar, he stands and, getting up, trying to stretch his legs, and shakes what could only be described as a long mane of hair, just going down from the back of his head. It's just thick, dark, brownish, reddish hair. And he gives his attention to the armored servant of Abadar in the corner, as he recognizes the sigil as being an ally of his own faith, and gives him a nod. And then Leonus turns to face the goblin, who is making such obscene noises. Then he turns back to face the armored man and moves to approach him.
So, as you get up and you start making your way towards this follower of Abadar, Lucian, you kind of look up and you catch the pendant underneath his cloak and kind of on his. You said you have it on your the hilt of your sword, correct?
Yeah, on the hilt of my sword, you can see the symbol of the deity Iamide, the goddess Iamide, on the side of the sword, and it also is openly brandishing a pendant of Iamide from his shirt, or from his armor, I guess.
And as you approach, Lucian, you would also instantly recognize that symbol of Iamide, and you would know that your church and their faith tend to fall in line with each other at most times. And you now see a follower of Iamide, coming towards your table.
So I'll look up at him, and I'll notice all of these things.
Yeah.
I'll give you a head nod, and I'll just assume that you're going on about your business. Don't know if you're coming up to me yet.
Leonus does make his way up in front of this person, this unknown person, and assuming they could be friendly, outstretches his hand and says, "Hail, friend. How art thou?"
So I'll stand up. I'll give him a good greeting. I'm well. How are you? And I'll reach my hand out and shake hips.
We seem to be similarly inclined, you and I.
Goretax stomps his mug here. Lyra.
1 minute.
It would appear so.
Are you perhaps here on a similar mission as I? Hold on.
And while you two are talking, Lyra instantly comes over with another mug and sets it down in front of you, Goretax.
Thank you. What is going on here? We have a Justiciar and we have a thing. What did you do?
Are you talking to Lyra? Or are you
Yeah,
talking to,
I'm talking to Lyra.
Okay.
Honestly, Mayor Vint, she may have sent out requests for help. Obviously, you being somewhat new here, you answered or saw or heard of it somehow. I'm assuming our friends have also answered the call.
Really quick, out of character note. Note. My character looks very human right now, with no additional remarks. He just looks human.
I think the thing he's referring to is Radomide.
Oh, that too. Just wanted to make it aware. People weren't aware.
Yeah.
Well, bam! He grabs the other one. I guess I'm going to make myself known. Excuse me.
Certainly.
And he just waddles his little happy ass right up there and just plops and. So, what brought you over here? What contract did you get, Longshanks?
I'm here on orders. What brings you here?
Probably the
Short
same
staff.
thing as you.
Orders.
Except mine lines me pockets some more. Who are you?
And you? Then I'll look over to Leonus.
At the same time. Oh, who am I?
Y'all ain't ready for this.
Okay.
Well,
Anyways, while you all are talking, Thunk, you do overhear these three newcomers, or what you can assume newcomers, since they don't fit the aesthetic of the rest of the town. You kind of overhear them talking.
I look at my own skin as you say that.
And you hear them talking about orders and mission and everything else, and you realize they're here for the same reason you are.
I will stand from my my seat, I guess, and walk over to join them. It sounds like we're all here for the same job.
So how much could I... Who are you?
My name, you can call me Thunk.
Thunk.
Thunk?
What a strange fellow.
Like Thunk?
I lean in and knock on your head a little and get, yes, Thunk.
Wait, is that?
Where the fuck?
Please tell me you're knocking on Goretax's head.
Yes, he was knocking on his own head, so I lean in and I knock a little and I go, yes, Thunk.
Leonus takes a step back and scoots a little closer to the other armored man.
But you knocked on the table, not on my head, right?
No, I knocked on your
Knocked on
head.
his own
You
head.
were knocking on your head.
He just kind of peers at you. Okay.
Sorry, I thought it would get a laugh.
What are you doing this Hercules clap for?
I'm so happy for this. This is gonna be so much fucking fun. So excited.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ways? I don't like that.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm not in this for the gold, you see.
Oh, 3 ways, good. I get that's better math.
I assume you are the same persuasion in regards to money, dear stranger? Turning to the armored man who I was also in conversation with.
My payment comes from the church.
And your name?
Lucian. Lucian Elric.
Lucian. Ah, it's good to meet you, friend. I am Leonus of Abadar. Nothing else yet.
What?
Working on that.
Say that one more time.
I am Leonus, dear short stranger.
I'm gonna call you Leon.
That's just fine. Well, then what is your name?
My name is I'm Too Fucking Sober. Lyra!
Another one? On my way. And she grabs the, she says, basically you can get the sense that she's saying fuck it at this point, and she's bringing you 2 mugs and setting them right in front of you. And you got the coin to pay for these, correct?
The church provides. It's good to do goodies.
As long as I get paid.
I'll look at Lyra. I'll grab her hand and I'll put some coin in it.
How much coin are you putting in?
See,
A
I
little
know.
bit more than what's needed. Most of it's for her. Or what's not needed for the alcohol is for her.
How much coin are you putting in her hand?
I'll put 3 silver pieces in her hand.
He's such a shitter, dude.
Thank you, sir. And she takes it, and you see her running, and you see her actually put it all in the till.
So, you have the contract from the church, yes?
I do.
Can I see it?
What for?
We've dabbled in the same type of charitable work, more or less.
I don't know you, stranger. I don't know what work you do.
We bring the lawless to be accountable for their deeds.
Do I do anything? Can I do anything to?
Give me. How do I want to do this? Because you haven't said your name and character yet.
What are we debating?
I know what I'm gonna do.
I'm debating what role I want him to make. To see if he's. Tell you what, actually.
Probably diplomacy or deception.
No. Give me a society role for recalling knowledge of people within your line of work. That is, we'll call it law enforcement for the most part, but just give me a society role.
Is there a way to do that on Path Builder?
That I don't know.
There is, so you see where it says society, go over to the left where there's a little dice roll. Since you're probably trained in it. There's a little spinny little D20.
Society?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 6.
You're unsure as to what he's referring to, other than you know that there's the town guard. There's there's what you do. You know that there are bounty hunters that do run around, but you haven't necessarily heard of one fitting this description.
Okay.
Is Thunk here or did he walk away?
You stepped away.
He stepped away for a second to let his dogs out.
Alright, I want to address him.
Damn, that's like the worst modifier I could have. I have no modifiers on it.
You're untrained? Oops.
Untrained in society, yeah.
Teacher.
So what would you all do?
Hey, Thunk.
Yes.
How did you get here?
I walked.
I can see that he is a part of his namesake. What brought you here?
If he says my feet, I'm gonna fuck.
Honestly, that might be the answer you'd go with, and not because he's necessarily stupid or anything like that. There's part of a reason why he wouldn't go into that. So, I've heard rumors of work of missing people and livestock that have brought me here. People in need of help. And my assistance is not needed where I come from anymore, so.
Well, well, unless we have a lead, I don't get paid. And if I don't get paid, then we have a problem. So what do you all know?
I think I know as only as much as everybody else knows. I've been hearing of disappearances and some terrors in the night.
Wait a minute. Why are you talking without a drink in your hand?
I do not usually drink, I will say.
Just slide one of them over him.
If you insist, friend. And he picks up the drink, but doesn't drink from it.
I said,
Goes
the
on.
church provides.
As you all are talking, Lyra comes back over and she's holding a loaf of fresh bread, and she kind of slides it on the table. And this one's on the house. Excuse me for eavesdropping. You all are here to look into the missing people, right?
I knew you knew something.
Well, I work in a tavern. Of course I know things. I hear things. It's kind of my specialty to hear rumors about what's going on around here.
I look at the bread and I sniff it. Poison.
It's not poisonous.
My fair lady, I have come from afar to assist in anything that is required in regard to the missing people and the terrors that stalk this land. For that is in the good of the people of Andoran to export our goodness to the world.
Well, and she kind of looks around. I've been keeping a keeping a track of those who go missing. There's not much of a pattern except for the only thing that keeps reoccurring is whatever or whoever goes missing is always alone. Go ahead and give me a thievery roll.
Everyone?
All of us are just
Nope.
okay.
They know who I'm talking to.
Okay.
Okay. 13.
13. Who are you doing that to?
Told you.
Leonus, give me a perception roll.
All right.
God damn it. Already with the shit.
Where's my percent?
If you're using the roll 20 sheet, it's off to the right. About halfway down. Or no,
Got it.
towards the bottom. Yep.
Oh, he got it.
18.
Oh.
18.
So, Leonus, you're listening to what Lyra's saying, and you feel a hand kind of brush against your side, and you look down, and you can see these slender green fingers kind of reaching about. They're just to the top of your coin purse.
Instinctually, I reach and yank the hand that's in front of my pouch, and then I turn to see who is trying to pocket me.
You see that the short-statured little goblin friend.
Hey, good to shake your hand and meet your acquaintance too. All right. Anyway, drink up, man.
I let go of his arm and kind of thrust it away. I said, "Do not try that again." It
Try
may be
what?
the last
Shake your
thing you ever
hand?
do.
I don't want to touch you.
Oh, don't try to reach into my purse, little man.
If I wanted your purse, I'd just cut it open. Purse? That seems fitting for you.
Oh, says you, who apparently only gets provided from the church.
The church provides.
Ah,
Anyways,
I'm keeping my eye on you.
Well, you still
Well-
have eyes.
Lyra, what can you tell me about what's going on?
Finally the meat of the conversation.
I don't honestly. I don't know what's actually happening. I know livestock has wound up dead. The people that have gone missing haven't been seen again. It's always on the outskirts when people are alone. And it's always somewhat close to the Weeping Woods.
What have you heard?
These are just rumors, but I've heard people say that they've heard voices. Feels like somebody's watching, kind of lurking, but nobody has ever really seen. And people are saying that the woods are feeling off, but nobody can ever specify. And as she says this, you see the doors burst open, and this older, probably in his 60s, 70s, scrawny, scraggly of a man, looks like a farmer. They've killed my livestock, all of them. And he collapses to the floor.
Uh-oh.
You see Lyra kind of look at him and
Leonus
son of a...
fucking races over to the fallen old man. He tries to shake him awake. Good man, are you okay? Hello? Tries to resuscitate him. Or
Okay, go ahead and give me, if you're gonna try to resuscitate him or help him, give me a medicine check.
Okay, I'm just trying to shake him awake. I'm not trying to like do any medical, like, if that matters. But I'll do that anyway.
No, just give me a medicine check.
This might be a good idea. Maybe we get information from him.
A 16.
Agreed.
So as you're sitting there and you kind of shaking him awake, and he starts to come to. Oh, you're a curious one. Where
Are you all right?
am I? Something killed all my livestock. All I did was go in to cook some food, and I come out and my sheep, they were dead. And he starts to, you can see the tears start to well up in his face as the realization dawns on him that his entire livelihood has just been wiped.
Thunk. Bring that man here.
I walk over to the man and offer a hand down to help lift him back up on his feet.
And he kind of grabs it and
I also help him up.
Lyra!
So you kind of. What?
We're gonna need another one.
He doesn't look like he's in a state to drink.
Water.
That's a better idea. Let me go get some. And she runs out towards the town square to the town's well and presumably to get some water. And you Thunk and Leon, you kind of bring this old man over and set him at your table. And am I in trouble?
No,
Sir.
my good man, hardly the opposite, or very much the opposite, I will say.
Well, unless you're lying about what you said you've seen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Why would I lie about my livestock?
hey, people lie about the weirdest shit. Don't think too much about it.
So, Sir Thunk, Mr. Please, let us not scare this man.
Just easing his mind.
A good man.
Just told him like people lie about the weirdest shit, but I was like he's fine.
I grab Leon's drink and I pull it from him and I give it to Thunk instead.
I'll just grab hold of it. I'll toast you and then I'll
I'm
look
not
at
even paying
Lyra and
attention.
say, next round's on me.
Attention is gone.
Yep.
Wait,
Good man. Can you tell us more about if you've seen? Did you see anything in the forest or in your field? Anything at all?
No, like I said, I went in, to get some food to feed myself, and then I was going to go back to tend to my sheep, and I come back and the entire herd was dead.
how many?
Where's your farm?
It's just a few miles down the road near the Weeping Woods.
Why did they call it the Weeping Woods?
The stories go that that's where people used to go to,
I see.
Well, you're weeping. They're Weeping Woods. I guess it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
How many?
And you can start to see the contemplation in his eyes.
Can you show us where your farm is so that we may go investigate?
Yeah, if you you just cross the bridge right here outside the tavern and just keep heading west, you'll just go down the road a few miles, and he starts to describe how to actually get to his farm.
Hey, how did you notice this? When did this happen? Just happened just now or what?
Yeah, it happened. However long it took me to get from my farm to run here is about how long ago it happened.
No.
How long were you inside for?
30, 45 minutes maybe?
What did you make yourself to eat?
A stew.
And how many sheep did you have in your herd?
Well, see, there was Persephone, Penelope, and he starts rattling off all these names.
I don't give a damn about their names. I just want a number.
I'm trying to count!
Oh my god.
Be careful, you might fall asleep.
God damn it, this took me a little too long. It took me a little too long. It was about 16 or 17 sheep. And one ram. I did have one ram, Bob. Poor Bob.
Bob the ram.
What's your name?
My name is Jameson.
Jameson. Very well. We should investigate post haste.
Yeah,
Thank you.
about that. How many sheep you said? 17, yeah, okay.
16, 17.
It's a lot of sheep. It's a lot of work.
It's roughly 2 to 3 minutes per sheep.
Yeah,
Considering they didn't make any
say it's
noise.
about 5 gold per
You
sheep.
probably would have heard something.
Yeah. Big swing the deal, yeah.
Are you hungry? And I'm gonna
Not
look
really.
at. I'm looking at Goretax.
Yes.
Sit here with Jameson. Have a meal. I need information. I'll return.
Oh. But the company is... Oh, Thunk's here. Okay, we're good.
I'm gonna look at Leonus, and I'll stand up. It's Leon. I'm gonna look at him, pull him to the side, and we need to go investigate this.
Agreed.
And I'm gonna pull out the orders that I received, and trusting that he is a follower of Iomade and that we are, I guess, similarly aligned. Let him read it over so he understands what's happening, what I am, and what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm reading it. Are you gonna send me like a text or something like that?
Do you have it?
I'd have to let me go ahead, and if you have quick access to it, Salty. Leonus, go ahead. Give me a religion check, real quick.
Religion. Where we at? Oh. Uncharacteristic low. Fuck.
God, where did you send it? Didn't you? I thought you DM'd it to me.
I thought I did too. We've had a lot of conversation about it.
We did talk mostly about it, yeah.
Well, okay, so here's what we'll do. So basically his orders actually I'll just do this. No, that was a conversation we had. That was a conversation.
I should have spec'd my training from intimidation to training in religion, honestly. Oh well, too late now.
There we go. That's the general sense for you, Pig.
Ah. I see. And there... Did your church come up with any leads, or are we about to be on the same page as far as that goes?
Right now, we're on the same page, and our only lead is Jameson's farm.
Very well. Then we should continue onwards.
So we'll set out.
Okay, so you two start to go to leave the tavern and start heading towards Jameson's farm. Goretax and Thunk, what are you two doing?
I look at Thunk and I go, you know we're not staying here, right?
I mean, I was going to stay here with you and drink and eat while those guys did all the heavy lifting. But sure, why not?
We gonna follow. I'm gonna follow. I want to see what's going on.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So then my question for you two then, are you guys going to move stealthily, or are you just going to lag behind
Always.
quite a bit to where...
Always.
Oh,
Yeah, as stealthily as I can, I guess.
go ahead. Give me stealth rolls.
Jameson,
Yeah?
what can you tell me about this farm of yours?
It's just a farm. There's nothing special about it.
The farm. Give me something.
It's off the beaten path. I've got quite a few acres of land. There's a small cottage that I live in.
Are you alone?
Yes.
A sheep
Just me out there
farmer
with
by
my sheep.
himself? That's a little weird.
Well, I had a family once,
Uh-oh.
but they were taken.
Oh.
Turned into sheep.
Oh, no.
And you can see that his attention started drifting off into memories.
Okay, Jameson, look. You're gonna eat this loaf of bread. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna drink this drink, and I pull the drink back from Thunk and I put it back towards him.
I look at you, I shake my head, I just pull out a gold piece and hand it to Lear. It's like, just give him whatever he wants.
And then I take my drink and I pour it to the top on top of his drink too. And I go, here you go.
You hand
Drink
you
up.
hand Lyra the gold piece, and she looks at it. Are you sure?
He's been through a lot. Take care of him while he's here. Try to ensure he doesn't go anywhere, though. Okay.
Hey, man.
Certainly. Come on, Jameson. Come with me. And she kind of leads him away to
Hey,
more of a
your drink.
secluded
You're
area.
drinking bread.
Oh.
Can I also get a
And
roadie for? Can I also get a roadie for Goretax and myself here?
Ah.
Yeah, just once. And she leads him off with those bread and ale, and she comes back with 2 mugs. Just please bring my mugs back. I'm kind of needing those.
Okay.
I just
Oh,
went for
oh
it.
shit. They're gone already. We gotta go. We gotta catch up. We gotta go.
Yeah.
So you all start to head down this muddy trail, heading towards the Jameson farm. What did you get on your stealth check, Goretax?
Haven't rolled yet. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. These dice fucking hate me.
What'd you get?
I got a 6, but it's also a 1.
Oh,
I blame the drink.
Leonus and Lucian. Give me your perception roll real quick.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, I got this.
Go on.
No, you fucking don't.
I don't think you didn't know what I was talking about, pig.
Oh, they were okay.
What the fuck is perception in here?
Oh my God.
Right side.
Well, it wasn't a nat
Bottom
20.
right.
Bottom right?
It wasn't that.
Well, he's
I'm on Path Builder.
yeah, he's on a
Should I
different.
can go to Pathfinder? Or
Well,
the
technically, if
fucking-
are we doing passive DC? Because
It was 16. It was 16 plus 4. So.
well, then he still would have got it. Like if
Oh, I
he
see.
wants to based off my rogue DC, it's 17.
retarded.
I don't know. I just rolled.
But
to see,
either way, he
or-
succeeded.
or rolled, I just click on the button when I do the skill check. So.
Yeah.
I got 17. Perception plus 3.
Well, he
Okay.
both of you
So-
succeeded. But
Yeah, well,
No,
you guys are. Hold on. You guys are further down the road. Goretax and Thunk, you're kind of lagging behind. Lucian and Leonus, you kind of hear something kind of stumbling around a little bit. but not-
fuck.
It's you're barely able to catch it, and you can see way back in the distance. You can see two figures kind of following.
Just fucking the height difference.
Yeah, there is a massive.
Thunk,
height
catch
difference.
me!
You can
Catch
see
me,
kind
Thunk!
of-
I'm
they're-
7 foot tall. Goretax is what? 3.5.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
We see
So,
a
you
very
guys-
small, shadowy figure and a very tall, shadowy figure.
But you can tell that they're following you guys towards the farm.
Every noise that Goretax makes, I just lean out and go, shh.
No,
What's
hide
in
him.
wabbits?
Be quiet.
I'm gonna nudge Leon with my elbow and go, you know we're being followed, right?
I believe our newfound companions are following just behind us. Judging by the size.
That would be a very good assumption. Are we stopping or slowing?
Continue
Thunk.
onwards.
Hey, Thunk.
If they wish to catch up, they can.
Thunk.
Yeah.
If my legs get tired, can I horseback ride you?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
What is this?
Okay.
Fucking Yoda?
Okay. So
We got a better idea. You climb on my shoulder like a pirate's parrot.
Thunk, fentanyl, I need.
Yeah.
oh, this is gonna be a great campaign. Oh, this is gonna be so good. And to think we got another Chaos Goblin coming in.
My God.
Oh yeah.
Is your
It's gonna be great.
your shoulder?
If you want to ride, yeah, then come on up. You're making a lot of noise.
Yeah. I get on the shoulder. I go.
So you all,
I go.
You
Yeah.
see the 7-foot
There will
shadowy
be-
figure behind us, 3 feet in size.
I stop. I turn my head to the shoulder he's on. I go, there will be no yeehaw.
Mush.
You're a cowboy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
anyways, after you all are traveling down this road, and after some time, probably about a 20-minute walk, you finally following Jameson's directions, you come across a farm there's a small cottage. You can see a fire burning inside with smoke coming out of the chimney, and laying on the ground not directly in front of, but pretty close to the cottage, you see about 16, 17 sheep bodies laying there.
How long roughly did it take for us to get here?
About 20 minutes.
20-minute walk. Okay.
Mhm.
Don't mind me, I'm taking my Skittles.
Um,
So what would y'all like to do?
As we near the bodies of the livestock, Leonus is gonna approach and take a knee and inspect one of the sheep.
Okay. As you're approaching the bodies, you can, without even having to do a deep investigation, you can tell that these sheep were not eaten in any way. So now you have a choice. How are you inspecting these bodies? Like, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for holes, puncture wounds, anything that could kill the beast, like physically.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception roll then.
I'm gonna end up having to do the same thing. I've got something else in mind.
Okay. With the 22.
Jesus Christ.
Seems like there's higher
Fucking
rolls in
people
roll
rolling
20. I might
53.
switch. I might switch where I'm rolling. Like,
Looking at these bodies, you find the cuts. These cuts, they're very clean, but almost like they were done with a blade. The cuts are shallow, kind of almost forming a pattern. And you look at the blood that's kind of pooled, and that blood's not pooling in what would be considered a natural way. It's almost like it was forced, or something caused it to pool in an abnormal sense.
Like is something forced, like vacuumed or like forced the blood out of it?
No,
In a
not necessarily forced it out. More like pulled.
Oh,
it
the blood. Okay. Pulling out the blood.
out. Mhm.
But there's still a pool of blood. Just in what way does it look weird? It's just
It. So normally, when you if you were to do a major cut, or you were getting a little grim here, you go and you slice the neck of an animal. That blood it just pours out, and it pools in a big area. This blood's not necessarily pooling in a wide open area as if a liquid is flowing. It's more flowing into a certain pattern.
Goretax would like to springboard off of the orc's shoulder
Okay.
and then hustle up there.
Okay, so Leonus and Lucian, you guys are inspecting. While you're running up, Lucian, what were you wanting to do?
I want to look for anything that had come and gone into the area. Footprints, any broken fences, anything that looks like it's been disturbed outside of, Jameson seeing and then running off.
Okay. So then now you have a choice: survival or nature.
Nature.
Okay, go ahead and give me a nature roll.
17.
That's 17. So kind of looking around, you see paw prints of what you can assume to be a wolf. but the pattern of these paw prints, it's not like how a normal pack of wolves would hunt. And then on top of that, the cuts that you guys have seen. These paw prints are, it's odd, it's weird. And then you notice that these tracks they start to make their way towards this wooded area. But before they even get close enough to the woods, the tracks just kind of disappear. About this time, as you guys are looking at this, you see Goretax, or the Goblin, because he still hasn't said his name. You see the Goblin and Thunk come running up and coming to help with the investigation.
I would like to recall knowledge using occultism.
Okay, go ahead. Give me an occultism roll.
16.
With a 16, you're looking at these sheeps. You can see Leon's over looking at a sheep and kind of looking at and poking a cut, just kind of examining it. You can see Lucian's kind of following these tracks and noticing something weird about it. And then you look at the actual cuts that Leon is looking at. You know that these symbols, while you don't know what they actually mean, you can tell pretty clearly that there's some kind of residual magic within these symbols, something unnatural, something that's not supposed to be here.
Well, Lucian, I think this has the smellings of a ritual to me.
Seems that way.
Thunk, what you know?
Like I said, something I have to put in a separate. So I'm assuming from looking at the wounds on the sheep, it doesn't necessarily look like they were deep enough or whatever to have actually led these sheep to die that quickly. Is that correct, or?
You can make that assumption.
Is he frozen or is he thinking? Oh, he's not frozen. Okay.
He's thinking.
No,
He's
I'm
thinking.
Because my part of my problem is I'm admittedly trying to what's the word I'm looking for, like think like a detective kind of, but I'm also like remembering that's not necessarily the character's background.
We don't know. Could be.
While Thunk is thinking, what are the rest of you kind of doing? Oh, go ahead.
Thunk.
This might be a long shot at it, but is it possible for me to do a lore hunting roll to see if I can recall anything like this coming beforehand?
Yeah, I for specific. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and give me a lore hunting roll, and depending on what you get.
No, not at all.
You just
that is a natural one.
You just look at these paw prints and you can tell. Yeah, that's wolf. That's wolf prints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leonus stands up from the sheep corpse. Well, I will agree with the green one. It seems this may be some sort of ritual. My friend Lucian, if what your orders say are true, then I would agree we're dealing with potentially some sort of cult out here.
Agreed.
So who wants to go in the creepy dark woods first?
I'm gonna move and see what Lucian is seeing. Paw prints on the floor, and I'm gonna move to inspect them and see if I can't find anything about them.
Is there anything that I can notice outside of the paw prints and anything else that I've noticed? Is there anything different about the atmosphere? Is there anything else that I'm noticing? That's like now that I've come into the area and I'm seeing all this. Is there more? Like, are my senses picking anything else up?
Okay. So as you guys are all spending the time to investigate, figure out what the fuck is going on, and trying to come to some kind of conclusion, there are a couple things that you all collectively notice. First one, you all kind of looking at the blood, you realize some of the blood is missing. Not just spilled, but completely gone.
Goddamn chupacabras.
The other
When
thing
you
that
say
notice-
missing, are you insinuating like drained completely from? Wait, like there are sheep bodies.
No.
Can you
Say
elaborate?
that one more time.
Like there shouldn't be as much blood as there should be, or
There should no. That
There should be more blood than we're seeing.
There should be a lot more than what you're actually seeing. The blood that has flowed is flowing into a pattern. The cuts are forming some kind of pattern. There should be a lot more blood on the ground than what there actually is. The other things that you notice, there are tracks. There's one set of tracks that lead down the dirt path towards Grim Hollow, which you can all assume is Jameson's tracks. There are other tracks, both looks like humanoid and wolf, disappearing into the woods, or heading towards the woods, at least from what you could tell. And you all get the sense, the unnerving sense, that you are being watched.
I know he rolled survival. I think survival earlier in nature, was it? I was wondering if it would be possible to roll that as well, see if I could pick up any tracks that maybe he wasn't able to, or if he had already picked up pretty much what was there.
So if you're wanting to try to track these prints, I will need a survival roll for tracking.
Right. Gotcha.
So if you want to give me a survival roll, Leonus, nothing extra. So, all right, Thunk, tapping into your natural hunting ability. You kind of look at the ground. You see the tracks. You see the tracks that were initially pointed out, how they disappear, and you kind of start following them, and then you see the tracks pick back up again, and you are pretty confident that you could follow or track whatever this was, or at least for a distance until the trail go, until either you find it or the tracks just completely disappear.
I have a trail currently. If you guys are in the mood to pursue that, or when you want to pursue it.
Okay. You said we got the feeling that we're being watched.
Yes.
Okay. Goretax goes,
Well, I'm gonna go see what's going on over here. And he goes,
and wanders in the house all lollygagging. But as soon as he goes inside there, he's gonna crouch and immediately just stop and wait and survey everyone else outside to see.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception roll then.
Perception. Okay. Dude, these fucking dice rolls fucking suck ass. I got an 8.
Okay. So you peering out the window, kind of watching everybody else from what you can see. You were not seeing anything or anybody other than your makeshift group. But you still get the sense that you're being watched, but it's not coming from in the house.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to obscure myself in the house as best as possible.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll then.
16.
16. Easily enough with your small stature, you're able to find a couple grain bags that you're able to kind of nuzzle your way in. Are you trying to be able to still see outside, or are you just trying to kind of like...
Yes, the point was to create a showmanship, i.e. like I'm lollygagging my ass in the house to go rat fuck it or pilfer it. But what I'm doing is I'm setting up a security posture.
Okay. So then I'll change it up a little bit. How do I want to... How's it? Okay. You kind of doing a quick glance around the house, trying to see where would be a good spot for you to personally hide. And you kind of look at, not directly next to the window, but close enough that you could still see a decent bit outside. You see a shelf that is pretty obscure, like the way the fire's coming up. It makes it pretty hard to see up there if you're not, if you don't know what you're looking for, or you don't know that you're already there. So you get yourself up in the shelf, and you kind of get into as low and small of a package as possible, and just kind of start, and you get it to where you can actually somewhat see outside. So for the sake of, if anything was to happen or anything was to attack here, you would be in cover.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I wanted to see if I could make a check on the wolf tracks, if I can.
What about are you trying to track them as well? Or
I'm trying to identify if there's anything abnormal about them, or if it's just normal wolf tracks.
Okay. Give me a nature check, please.
Oh god.
Okay. Very easily and quickly, with the way that these tracks kind of bounce around, there's something not normal about these wolf tracks. You're not sure what it is, but that something is gnawing at your brain saying this isn't right.
Well, seems there's one thing we must do. We wish to uncover more secrets. Lucian?
What's that?
Well, we must track these, the tracks.
They end at the edge of the woods.
No, I've found tracks that we can follow for further.
It is nighttime, right?
It's kind of my profession.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not It's dark. It's like right after sunset. Yes,
So the sky's still purple, no sun.
correct. It's think of sunset, but during a impending rainstorm.
Yeah. Okay.
That off dark, not quite dark, not quite light.
Do any of you know these woods?
I would say we bring Jameson with us, but you know, he's old. Believe we must go on our own.
I think it's best we search the property for more signs of any occult.
Yes, that is also a course of action. My apologies.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna turn around and look, and I guess there's a barn here.
No, it's just the cottage.
It's just the cottage.
It's just the cottage.
As I note that the sky is progressively beginning to get darker as the night begins after sunset, I'm going to, in my shield-bearing hand, I have a steel shield, by the way. I don't think I covered that. Light a torch and hold that in my left hand, and we'll now investigate around this establishment.
Okay.
I'm gonna start working my way towards the cottage, and I want to investigate inside of it.
All right. So, you all approach the cottage, and you're starting to look around and poke around. Lucian, you step inside. You see that the fireplace does have a fire going relatively strong. It's starting to get to that point where it's going to slowly start petering out here soon because it's been going for a minute without being tended to. But you kind of do a quick glance around, and this is a very bare cottage. You see the bed. You see a table with 4 chairs. Only one chair has a place set with a bowl and silverware. You see a simple bookshelf next to the bed, and you kind of doing a glance around, and you don't really see much else.
Are there carpets, or is it just bare
No.
floor?
It's bare wood floor.
Is there anything that would have led me to believe that there's a cellar?
You can give me a perception check.
Okay.
In fact, Thunk and Leon, if you guys are checking the outside, go ahead and give me perception checks as well.
I got a 13.
A 13. Kind of looking around, it doesn't look like he would have. It doesn't look like this cottage would have a cellar.
Okay, I'm gonna start looking for an entry into it.
It doesn't look like it has one.
Oh, I
It
thought you said it
doesn't.
does.
No,
Okay.
does not have one. Thunk.
Yeah, I would say probably
And-
nothing else.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
guys.
not really
Leon, what was your roll for perception, Leon?
Second. I lost track. Sorry. Let me roll.
Oh, you're good. All right, with the 9 and a 19, you guys kind of working together, trying to see if there's anything that's off about this cottage. You're not seeing or finding anything that would point to Jameson being responsible or having anything to do with his sheep being slaughtered. It looks like Jameson is just another victim in whatever's been happening.
Does anything inside look recently disturbed?
No.
Can we tell roughly how long the fire's been going? I think you mentioned something about that prior, but I can't remember.
It's been going for a minute, but it's starting to get to that point where it's going to start petering out because it hasn't been tended to for a solid bit.
Gotcha. So it definitely does kind of line up with when he was cooking his dinner.
Yeah.
And that, the time it took for him to get here, and then for us to get here as well. So.
Yep. From what you guys are seeing, his story is lining up.
Well, it's not so much a matter of just his story. It's also wondering whether or not it looks like anybody had been in here since he left.
Yeah.
Because if it looks like it had been fucking touched up 20 minutes ago, well, he's definitely been here, been back to the thing 20 minutes ago. So, but that was at least my thought process. You solved that, so it's fine.
Goretax, what are you doing? Still sitting up there?
Maintaining security outside while these guys are rummaging around. I haven't been noticed yet, so
Okay.
I'm just being quiet.
Yep.
Is he back up on my goddamn shoulder?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a camouflage security posture watching outside in case somebody tries to sneak up on us.
As Thunk and Lucian are both inside, right?
No.
No, we were.
No.
You and I were outside, Leon.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
walking around.
Lucian's
And
inside.
I am gonna
Lucian's
call you
going
Leon
outside.
too. So.
Whatever, dude. I'm gonna kind of note that what is it? Lucian is inside, and I'm gonna kind of be like, all right, got it. I'll leave that to him since he kind of knows. I have a trust in him. Leon kind of trusts him to handle the situation. So since I had the feeling that I was being watched, I'm gonna kind of scan the perimeter, kind of do a perimeter patrol, I guess, sweep around the area and see, scan the edge of the tree line with my light and see if I can see anything.
All right, so kind of taking your torch and kind of waving it through.
Yeah, just kind of slowly walking along the tree line around the perimeter.
Well, for the record, the tree line, there is a distance between the cottage and the tree line.
Oh.
It's not like the tree line's right there.
Oh, how far?
I'd say it's probably about 200. I'm tracking. It's probably about 200-ish yards from the cottage.
Yeah, I'm gonna concentrate my efforts to where the tracks end at the tree line and kind of patrol or roam around that area. So yeah, I'll be far from the cottage, or however far it is.
Okay, so you're kind of walking. So as you're walking that tree line, you kind of taking your torch and just kind of looking to see if anything catches your eye. You see any movement or anything. As you are approaching the tree line, the closer you get, the feeling of unease. Like, that feeling you get when you walk into what you can assume is a haunted house or something that just creeps you out. As you get closer, that feeling of uneasiness in the pit of your stomach becomes more and more prevalent. That's the feeling you're getting as you're approaching this tree line. And you get within 10, 15 yards of it, kind of scanning. And you're scanning and scanning. And you hear it loudest of all. But the rest of you at the cottage also hear it. Deep within the woods, you hear the howling of wolves. But it's not a normal howl. It sounds distorted, unnatural, but it's still clearly howling of wolves.
I kind of yeah, I draw my sword. I draw my sword in my non-torch holding hand, and I kind of start stepping back from the tree line as I hear the wolves.
Lucian.
Stands outside.
Lucian.
Yes.
And Lucian, as you hear the goblin talk, you kind of quickly, because he actually catches you off guard, which is not a normal thing for you. You quickly look up. You quickly look up, and you can just make out his figure on the shelf, just kind of sitting there, crouched, watching.
Your little friend out there just drew his sword. I don't know what's going on.
You coming?
Not yet. Not yet. I want to see how this plays out.
I'm assuming you're sneaky enough. If anything follows, I'll leave that to you.
I turn and look at him with my red beady eyes, and I wink.
I'm gonna step outside and look in the direction that I last saw Leon.
Okay, and you can see his torchlight, and you can see him standing there at the edge of the tree line, sword in hand, as he's slowly starting to back away. But his eyes and his gaze and his focus is not breaking from that tree line.
Okay, I'm gonna start making my way there. I'm gonna pull my shield off of my back and carry it in my left arm.
Okay.
I'll start
So,
walking with him towards the wood line, then draw my bow and knock an arrow.
So you three, or Lucian and Thunk, you two start approaching, weapons somewhat at the ready for whatever's coming up. And after a few moments, Leon, you feel and hear Lucian and Thunk appear on either side of you, ready for whatever's about to happen.
My friends, it seems those wolves may still be nearby. Be on your guard.
God, this motherfucker can't ever stop talking that loud.
What kind of wolves use a blade in such a manner?
Wasn't just wolves, was it?
I don't think wolves are our only problem.
Maybe not. We better fall back to the cottage.
Agreed. So I'm gonna
Start making our way faster back to the cottage.
So you three start breaking contact, keeping eyes on the wood line, just in case something comes out, and you are able to retreat and pull back into the cottage itself.
Before we go inside, I did want to look at the sheep myself this time.
Okay, what are you trying to ascertain?
The symbols, I want to say, are what catch my eye.
Go ahead and give me an occultism roll.
Occultism roll. 13.
Okay. Looking at these symbols, again, you're not able to tell what they are, what purpose they're for. But it's very clear that some kind of ritual is being done. What that ritual is, you have no idea. But you know there's something happening.
I'm gonna head inside. Is everybody else inside now? Or did I stop and they all went?
Everybody, you're gonna be the last one because the other two went inside.
Okay. So I'm gonna step inside and close the door, and I'm gonna say something to everybody. These weren't sacrifices. They were kept alive for it. The blood was taken while they were still breathing. That takes time, control, and discipline. This isn't desperation. This is practice.
Some sort of initiation.
I don't believe it was an initiation.
Well, they had approximately 2 to 3 minutes per sheep to do what they needed, so that means that they needed, if they were just one individual, assuming that there's multiple. Did we get a rough estimate as to how many, like, tracks we saw? There's definitely more than one, though, at least? Or...
Definitely more than one.
Okay.
This was done with intent. They're not hiding, they're working, and they are not finished.
Well, seems we have our work cut out for us.
I think we head back to the tavern. We rest on this tonight.
So you all, as a
We
group,
do run the risk of those tracks going away by the time we get back out there again, though.
Well,
Maybe we should at least investigate the tracks together. Where is the small goblin thing?
I'm gonna look at Leon and wait for him to notice where Goretax is. I'm gonna wait like 2 breaths. And then I'm gonna-
Leon, go ahead. Goretax, go ahead and give me another stealth roll.
I have a DC.
What's your what's your DC? Sorry.
17.
Okay. Leon, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
You're gonna get perceived. Better perceive you.
Oh, I'm in cover, so you stand the fuck by. Matter of fact,
a...
he needs to roll a flat check as well.
that
What check?
Stand by. Where is it? 405. That's not
I'm recording, so
I got it. A flat check. Something happened or failed to happen. Blah, 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 blah. But you roll a
it doesn't matter. He failed his
D20.
perception anyway.
Oh yeah, he still failed. But a flat check, for the record, you just roll a d20 and compare the results on the die to the DC. So a flat check is just a dice roll. It's just your d20.
Okay. Well,
So that for future. But you're quickly looking around trying to figure out where the goblin went, and you're not seeing it. And Lucian, you're realizing that he's not seeing the goblin at all.
Leon, behind you
Yes?
and above.
So you turn and you look up and you see this shelf, and
These little fucking
you
red beady eyes.
can just see these little red beady eyes just sitting there staring at you, like giving you that, and you can just see, you can't see his face very clearly. Even with your low light, it's hard to see his face, but you can just see that the facial expression he is giving you is just really.
well,
Boo.
we're staying, or are you staying, or are you leaving?
What are you doing?
We're going to leave.
If you're going to depart, I suggest you depart. I will trail.
If you insist, gentlemen.
Some of us can see in the dark without torches.
You don't know the half of it. Half, get it? You guys are small.
He got jokes.
Hey, Thunk.
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I can just picture him going to open the door. I can just picture Thunk going to open the door.
He's not that dumb.
So, for the record, are you guys going back to the tavern, or are you going deeper into the woods?
I don't think we should go deeper into the woods.
Goretax's action's the same regardless. I'm going to trail.
I think I believe we should.
We're in unknown woods that we've never been in before, and we don't know specifically what's out there yet. I think we should go in the daytime.
We will, but will the what is the word? The enemy, I guess, shall be gone by then, wouldn't they?
They've already gone. Whatever's watching us is not who we want to catch.
You may have a point.
And if these tracks are gone, we'll find more tracks of the same.
Though I do not wish to wait for another farmer's livestock to be killed tomorrow,
Or the farmer
So-
himself.
or the farmer himself to have disappeared into the night.
Why don't you bring Jameson over here and have a sleepover then?
It's probably better for him to stay in the tavern.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
That's
know.
where the group wishes to go.
Bait is bait.
I would not use an innocent man as bait.
Why don't you stand out there then
I-
bang your shield and then call them out? That's good bait too.
I would. But I won't. Not today.
There were other tracks that were leading back towards the tavern. Those might lead to
Yeah,
something as well.
No,
Where does Jameson's?
those were Jameson's tracks.
I thought you said that there were others.
Yeah, that was Jameson's. He said.
So I said that there was a set of humanoid tracks running down the dirt path towards Grim Hollow, which you assumed was Jameson.
Mhm.
There was also another set of humanoid tracks mixed in with the wolves, the wolf tracks leading into the forest.
Okay.
But
Well-
if it is your thought that we should wait the night over, then maybe we should, if that is the opinion of the group.
Who are you speaking to?
I was speaking to, okay,
All of us.
particularly you. What is your name again? Jesus Christ.
Lucian.
Lucian. Jesus Christ. It was started with an L. Lucian.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm headed back.
Very well.
So, group consensus, all head back to the tavern for the night?
I guess we're going back to the tavern for the night.
I'm going to trail,
Yeah.
give them some good standoff outside of torchlight or visibility, just to make sure that they aren't trailed themselves.
Okay.
Is the intent.
Okay.
Once there's significant distance in the standoff, and if there's no occurrence, I'll be in trace.
Okay. So the three start walking back towards Grim Hollow, Goretax, fuck. And you sit there and you're waiting, and after some time, what would be considered a reasonable amount of time by your standards, kind of watching, you don't see anything jumping out or trailing or following. So you start to follow them back, and you follow them back all the way to Grim Hollow, and all of you as you're walking, nothing's really jumping out, nothing's really coming to attack or anything like that, but the entire time that you're walking, you just, these woods that you're next to and near, it just, that feeling of unease and being watched is just constant at this point. Someone is watching what you guys are doing, but they're not making themselves known. It's not obvious, and it's just kind of, it's almost as if the woods themselves
longer.
it's almost as if the woods themselves are watching you.
Goretax is
but
gonna
without
pick up
ins-
a stone and throw it in the woods.
Okay. So you take a stone and you chuck it. You three, you are too far ahead to actually hear the stone hitting anything. Goretax, you throw the stone and you hear it hit a tree trunk and clatter to the ground and rustle in some leaves and grass, and you sit there and you wait and wait. And nothing.
Fuck you too. I'm gonna go.
But without incident, you four are able to make it back to Grim Hollow. You can see that the tavern, which just realized I never gave you a name of said tavern, but for just for your guys' knowledge and record, it's called the Crooked Lantern, just so you know. But you make your way back to the Crooked Lantern, and you can tell that there's more people and there's more patrons within the tavern now, because there seems to be a few more fires, and you can hear talking's a little bit louder as you approach. And you come in and you see a lot more people. There's a lot more people in here, and Lyra, the barkeeper, you're back. Anything?
Not yet.
Well, I'm assuming you guys are getting rooms for the night, week. How long we thinking here?
At least for the night.
Okay. Well, for the week. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna pull up my pricing chart.
Oh, Lyra. Listen. Surely for such great extravagant heroism as us investigating and helping, surely you said the mayor is by chance interested in this, yes? Yes, the mayor, yes.
And as soon as you mention the mayor, Lyra kind of looks, and you can see her look in the direction of a table, and you all turn and you see a woman there. She's not like overly dressed, but you can tell she's dressed a lot nicer than some of these more average people. She looks to be about her mid to late 30s. You see Lyra look at her, and the lady sits there and nods. And for the night, rooms are free.
Oh, by chance. Maybe it'd only take a night. Maybe it might take a week. I don't know. I mean, how long is it necessary for us to take this done?
Yeah, let's just for the night for now.
Thank you, Lyra.
My pleasure. And you can see her go and pull. So are we wanting separate rooms? One room?
I tap my mug.
I assumed as such. Thank you for bringing it back, though.
4 rooms, Lyra.
Thunk!
4 rooms?
Where's
Is
yours?
she-
Yeah.
Where's yours, Thunk?
I'll let my mug.
Ah.
Oh, perfect. And she slides over 4 keys and, well, if you want ale, and she grabs a couple mugs and sets them up there.
So I'll go sit at the bar.
Okay.
Where's
What's up,
Jameson?
girl?
Where's
Say
James?
that again.
Where's Jameson?
What's up, girl?
He had his fill. He's currently upstairs resting.
Has he said anything about what happened? Anything different?
Nothing different, no.
Hey, Leon.
Yes.
Did you ever look at him for any kind of wounds or marks?
Look at who? Oh, the old man?
Mm-hmm.
No.
We might want to do that.
I'm gonna look
They
at
have a
you.
point.
I'm gonna look at you, short man.
Who? Oh.
You can get in the room. He's probably passed out. Find any markings that shouldn't be there.
He could do it.
Not disturb an old man while he rests.
I'll put another silver piece on the table for Lyra. When he comes back, he has another drink on me.
When who comes back?
The short one.
Okay.
You drive a hard bargain. You drive a hard bargain. You just stay right here, Leo. I got this. All right.
Goretax, you start going upstairs. As Lyra's point tells you which room he's in, because she's overhearing this conversation, and you make your way to his room. And you open the door, and being the stealthy person you are, you're able to open this door without making much noise at all. And you peer inside, checking to see if it's all clear, and you can see Jameson on the bed, completely passed out. But it sounds, you can tell he's sleeping, but it sounds like he's crying in his sleep.
Talking in your sleep.
I will do as much of a surveillance visually first before I decide I'm going to pop over the top and loom over him to look for any distinguishing marks, any discoloration, any kind of craziness, any kind of anything.
Okay. Doing a quick survey over him, you're not seeing any, from a general glance, you're not seeing any cuts or anything odd by looking at him. And are you going to get closer?
Hell yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Let me pull this up. Go ahead and give me either. Actually, give me the perception roll, and let's see if you see anything on him.
14.
14. Kind of looking over Jameson, slowly lifting up his shirt to try to see up his back and on his arms and body, kind of raising his pant legs a little higher as gingerly as possible as not to disturb him. You give him a pretty decent inspection. You're not seeing any abnormal cuts. He's got some cuts and scrapes, but those cuts and scrapes are expected of someone who's working on a farm, herding sheep, working with his hands. Nothing that seems out of the ordinary.
What about his clothing? Torn, tattered.
Worn heavily. He seems like he doesn't seem like a farmer who's well off. He seems like one who's just getting by, who's down on his luck, and doesn't really give a shit what he dresses in.
Alright. I'm not gonna fuck with him tonight. I'm done.
Okay. And as you make your way, as you do all this, we'll cut back to everybody else still at the bar. You all sitting at the bar, kind of talking to Lyra, drinking. After a couple seconds of you talking with Lyra, that middle-aged, or I don't want to say middle-aged, but that 30 to 40-year-old woman approaches the bar. In fact, I'll even be nice and give you said picture. And I will post it under game notes here. And there she is. So she approaches the bar, sets her drink down, and so, are you the ones that answered my call for help?
Depends on who's asking.
You're not there yet.
Ah, damn it.
You're
Who might you be?
my apologies. Mayor Maravin. I run this town. I try to keep these people alive and in good order. But if you're here because of my asking of assistance, you know that's not going well.
Who did you ask of assistance?
I think she was the.
Honestly,
Mayor that
anybody at this point. Hell, judging by your symbol, and she looks at you, Leon, and judging by yours too, it seems the churches of law and order have responded to my plea for help as well.
The Church of Abadar is here to investigate what's been going on.
Well, whether your church is doing this out of the kindness of their hearts or doing this for their own reasons, I do not really give a fuck. You're here helping the people of my town, whether that's your main goal or not. I don't care. You're doing it anyways. And I appreciate it. Because maybe finally I can figure out what is going on and deal with it.
What do you know so far, ma'am?
I only know that some of my people are dead. They're not here. They haven't been seen. So I can only assume they're dead. And with that being said, I don't care what is going on. I don't care if it's some bandits. I don't care if it's a pack of wolves. I don't care if it's some beast in these woods. I care if it's killing my people. And if it's killing my people, I want it fucking dead. It's about this time that Goretax, you start coming down the stairs and you see this lady now talking with the 3 companions that you have made.
He's gonna stand off and be within earshot, but not make his presence known yet.
Okay.
Milady, if that is what is required to bring peace and justice to these lands, then it shall be done. You're on my honor.
I appreciate that. So, with that being all said and done, if I could, can I get your names so that one, for my records, and because I like to know who's in my town. And two, so that if you are able to deal with whatever this is, you may be properly rewarded.
Leonus rises from his seat, bows respectfully, says, "My lady, my name is Leonus, Princeps of Andoran. I am a squire of the Eagle Knights, and I come abroad seeking to help others, and I have come here as you requested."
From Andoran? Awfully far from home, aren't we?
Well, we exude our ideals far and wide, milady, and I try to help the people of this world the best way I can.
Well, if it takes somebody from Andoran to help me, I will gladly take it. And she looks at you, Thunk, and you are?
My name's Thunk, tip his hat to her as well, ma'am. Just a man in the area looking for work and figured you might need some help.
And your name?
My name is Thunk, ma'am.
Thank you. And you, obviously a follower of the Church of Abadar, although you're not the first follower of Abadar I've seen. Quite odd that another one's here.
I am Lucian Alaric, Justiciar of Abadar.
Another Justiciar? My.
So I'm gonna cock my head and say, who was here?
Oh, and she looks at Lyra. Lyra, what was that other Justiciar's name? And she, excuse me. Voss, I think was his Alric. Yeah, his name was Alric. Good man.
Was?
Did something happen to him?
Oh no, he came through he was asking some questions, and then he was here about a week ago, maybe two. And then he left. I honestly don't remember. I don't think he ever said where he was going. Something about Versex, I think.
What?
All right.
Doesn't sound like a follower of Abadar to me.
Versex is the town north of us.
Oh,
Yeah, the city.
I see. Very well.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I had missed that. Sorry, I'm new to these lands. I did not know that it was a place. Very interesting.
How long did he stay?
Only a night. He was here a week or two ago.
Oh, okay.
But he only stayed for a night and left early in the morning to make his way towards Versex.
All right, thank you.
And Mara kind of looks. Lyra, I thought you said there was 4 of them.
We are 5.
What? 5?
We are the first 5.
The first 5. There's more coming?
There will be.
You know more than I.
Anyway, Lyra, where's the other one that was here? You said there was a small goblin that was drinking up half your bar. And Lyra kind of looks at you 3 and honestly, ma'am, I don't know. He went upstairs but hasn't come back down yet.
goblin, you say?
Yeah. You were traveling, and Lowers looks at you. You were traveling with him, or you came in with him at least.
I knew him to be a creature. Did not know he was a goblin.
Well, how could you not tell with the green or the long fingers, short stature, red beady eyes?
How many other species and races are there in this world?
A fair point. Fair point. You have a point. But and Mara,
I know how
Mara,
to. I do know how to get his attention, Mayor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But please
you
do.
need him?
I would like to have a name so
I'll put
that
down a silver piece for another drink.
and Lyra sees it, takes a silver piece and puts 2 mugs of ale in front of you.
Come on.
Oh, are these for me? Yes, yes. Oh, who's this?
And Mara looks at you. Oh, okay. In your name?
You first.
My name is Mara Vin. I am the mayor of this town.
Oh, well then you won't mind if
Judging
we stay
by-
here for the week then, yes? Because we have to really investigate this problem.
As long as you are here investigating and dealing with the problem, not just loitering and freeloading off of us, your room tab will be covered.
Stupendous.
However, judging by your attire, I'm assuming you want to get paid if you succeed in the task.
The thought did cross my mind.
Okay, so your name?
It's Goretax.
Cool. I want salty. I'm trying to think if anybody else would. Yeah, salty and Thunk. Give me society rolls, please.
Even if it got 0 in it.
Even if you have 0 in it.
Oh, ow. I did not need that roll. I got a 20.
You got a. Was that. You said you got a 20, salty?
Yeah, I got a 20 on
Okay.
that roll.
Alright. So, Thunk. That name doesn't mean anything to you. However, Lucian, you hear the name Goretax. And that name sparks some of your knowledge. You've heard of a bounty hunter with that name, and you've heard of stories attached to that name. You've heard this name. Justin, are we using is the nickname still in play or no?
Yep.
Okay. You've heard the name Goretax, the butcher of Beastwalk. There's a lot of rumors and conflicting stories about what happened in Beastwalk. But one thing still rings true. One, Goretax was there and was in the middle of it. And 2, a lot of goblins and lycans and beastkin and other people died during that massacre. You're having way too much fun with the images.
Good little recap.
So you can do with that information as you see fit.
Okay. I'm trying to pull up Beastwalk right now.
So to what we owe the pleasure here.
Well, again, your rooms are taken care of for as long as you are here, and investigating and actively contributing. But I do want to stress, I need this taken care of quickly.
Look at the haughty band of men we hear. You even have another Justicia, so I would consider it done.
Well,
pardon me, but there is the discussion of you mentioned payment.
yes. Stand by 1 second. Yes, for payment. I have enough for each of those involved. As it stands right now with you four, I could pay you each about 10 gold. It's not much, I know, but it's what we have.
What if we ask some questions, man?
Certainly, but if it assists you, by all means, ask whatever you need.
Have you already heard of the fate of a Mr. Jameson's farm earlier today?
Yes, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what happened to him.
I mean, it is sad that he lost his farm, but he hasn't lost his life yet, so...
The man has lost so much more than just his livestock. His wife and his kids.
White Ron?
What?
Fucking pig using White Run as his goddamn background.
Kind of looks like this,
It's close enough. Mr. Jameson's family was some of the first to go missing.
How long ago was that?
Lyra, you're keeping better tabs on these things. Lyra kind of thinks about it, and I think Miss Jameson, she went missing about 6 months ago, and the boys went missing a couple, or about a month later. on 2 separate occasions, and that poor man's been wrecked ever since.
Is this the first time his livestock has been attacked?
Yeah, something going after his livestock. That's new. That's never happened before. But he's also not the.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time it's happened to him before, correct?
It's
message stated there was livestock that was killed before.
Yeah, it's the first time. It's the first time it's happened to him. That's what I was getting ready to say. Is there's some other farmers. In fact, some of these people in here have had livestock go missing or killed. Never an entire. It's never been. It's never been an entire herd. It's been, for the most part, it's been, I think the most before today was 4.
Do you know how many farms total have been hit aside from Mr. Jameson? Or including Mr. Jameson's, I guess.
There's about... There's so many different farms and people with livestock. But I would say about half of them have been hit.
Okay. You said previously the most amount of livestock that have been taken or killed in one instance was about 4, right?
Yeah. I actually, there is one person that you should go talk to because he might have more information. You should probably go to talk to old Thom. He was an experienced hunter that's lived here his whole life, and he's seen some things.
Okay. You say that his name was Old Thom, or?
Yeah, Old Thom. She kind of points just out the door. There's a little house, very blinking, you almost miss it. Right there at the corner, just before you head over the bridge. That's his place. In fact, he might still be awake.
I'll look to Lucius and Leon and Goretax. Do you want? I can go talk to him tonight, or we can wait until tomorrow.
What are you hoping to gain?
If he has any insight into what has been going on, I mean, anything's better than nothing. But I also feel like going in the middle of the night is probably not going to be as advantageous. Now, Jameson's farm was to the west of Grim Hollow. Have the other attacks been similarly along the west, or has it been distributed in other directions as well?
And Lyra kind of sits there and thinks, come to think of it, most of them, yeah, they've been near, a lot of them have been near the Weeping Woods or to the west.
If we're going to do this at night, we're probably going to expect some things.
If no one else will
Well,
go,
he's still on this side. He's still on this side of the bridge, right?
Yes.
Old Tom.
Yes.
I'll speak with old Tom.
What?
I shall speak with him. If no one else will. If you wish to come with me, you may come.
I'm gonna stand up and excuse myself from the mayor's conversation and start walking towards the door.
Okay.
Well, without... As I see him move towards the door, I assume he's going to do the same thing I am, so I follow him.
And so you two stand up and start walking out, and Mary kind of looks at Lyra. I guess it's time to work. And she picks up her mug and heads back to her table where she was sitting at with her entourage.
Hold on.
Yes.
Cheers.
Then I go walk out.
Cheers. she has like that confused like the fuck, and continues on back to her table. Thunk, I'm assuming you're going.
I'm taking my mug with me. And
right.
Yeah, Thunk will put his hat back on, pick up his mug, and follow them out.
Okay. So you all start leaving with Lucian leading the way, and you head towards where Lyra was describing the Tham's house, and just as she described it, hell, looking at it, you could barely call it a house, and kind of looking, not necessarily looking directly in the window, but kind of peeking to see if there is any movement. You do see a small fire going, and you walk up and knock on the door.
We have come to ask about the occurrences of the night with the livestock, the missing people.
What the fuck do you want to know? Why?
Mayor Meyervin mentioned that you might have some insight into what's going on. So we have come to ask you questions and get your side or your information, so that way hopefully we can find a solution for your town.
Oh, I know you're not one of them.
Not one of who?
I flash my my pendant of Iamide and say, if I was one of them, would I be wearing one of these?
It'd be a disguise.
Plus, you don't sound like you taste very good.
And you sound like you're a piece of shit too.
Yeah, but I've got alcohol, and you don't.
And you see your head kind of peek out the window, like just barely half his face, where one eye kind of looks out.
I see it intrigue. I hold up my mug to the door and, shake it, kind of like, here, you want some?
I didn't hear what he said. What'd you say?
You gonna share that? And you, as Thunk, as you push the mug closer to the door like creaks open just enough, and a hand moves quicker than what you're even expecting. It rips the mug back in, and the door slams shut. And you hear just a, hold on, you hear.
Now you don't get any more unless you invite us in.
If we were one of them, we would have given you poison beer.
Fuck.
Now he's scared of poison beer.
You make a wrong move. You make one move too quick, and I kill you where you stand.
Well, then it's settled.
Challenge accepted.
Nobody makes moves.
May we come in?
And the door creaks open just slightly, and you walk in, and you see sitting in a rocking chair a man who's got You ever seen those people that they just look like they have stories and they've seen way too much? That's what he looks like, and he's got the scars to show for it too. He's got a scar that goes over his right eye, with the eye itself is that milky color that almost looks like he has, or it's dead eye. He's got a nice big scar that goes down the side of his chin that keeps his beard from growing, but his beard still comes in over the rest of his face. Pale white hair that goes down to his shoulders. He's relatively big and built for someone his age, and he looks like he could throw down if need be. And he's just sitting there in his chair sipping the ale that you brought him. And all right, what do you want to know?
Goretax crosses his leg over and starts drinking, and then just looks at the two knightly heroes as they are about to conduct their diplomatic investigation with a big old grin on his face.
Well, good man, we are in search of information regarding the dead livestock and the missing people, and we would like to know anything you know about the disappearances.
As soon as you mention the livestock and the people missing, he has his drink and he stops, looks at you, sets the mug down on this little table that he's got next to him. They're not missing. They're dead.
What proof do you have of this?
I don't have any actual proof, but the things that I've seen in these woods, the things that are out there, it's not natural. It's not right.
Tell me what you've seen.
That's it. I don't know what I actually seen, but the woods, they're watching us, waiting for us. I've heard the voices of the woods. I don't know what they're saying, but they're expecting something. And he starts having that wild look in his eye. And he's kind of doing that. He's starting to do that look, or that panic look around, and starts to slowly get that 1,000-yard stare, like he has seen something that has freaked him out and has fucked with him mentally. They're in the woods. Have they always been in the woods?
What is in the woods?
Give me a diplomacy check, please.
Gotcha. Fuck.
I've seen something. It was wearing animal skin. And it was watching me back.
You know, could you estimate how big it was?
No. Don't go into the Weeping Woods. It's not natural anymore. It's twisted. It's depraved. Desecrated. And he starts to slowly drip. Like, You can tell that his mind is slowly starting to drift away.
Lucian, do you have anything for this man?
I kind of want to use intimidating glare, but not to spark a complete fear, but just to get him back to the present and actually say something more than the vagueness he's giving us.
Go ahead and read me intimidating glare, please.
You can demoralize with a mere glare. When you do, demoralize loses auditory trait and gains the visual trait. You don't take any penalty if the creature doesn't understand your language.
Am I able to assist this roll by also factoring intimidation?
Stand by 1. Demoralize. So, okay. Okay. So, Salty, go ahead and give me an intimidation check. If Leonus is assisting, I will allow you to add a +2 to it since you're both in night style armor.
I am
and everything
trained in intimidation. So.
That's so
Gotcha.
yep.
So
You're assisting. So roll your intimidation and then
my
add
total
2.
roll. So I've got a 14 plus 4, so I've got 18 plus his 2.
Yep. Is it 20?
Yeah.
So you look at this man and you give the. I know we're all vets here. We all remember that fucking look that our drill sergeants gave us when they know we knew more, and they were forcing it out of us, and that we had that fear. You give them that look.
Fuck me, right?
Or for Justin, the drill instructor. You give him that look, and he looks at you and
Wait for your life.
There's something else in there. That's the animals. They're twisted, changed. There's something for someone. And you can see the tears start to roll down his eyes. Something is changing in my woods, and I can't stop it.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and calm him down and get him to relax a little bit.
As you put it, you can feel, like, as soon as you put your hand on his shoulder, you can feel how tense this guy is. Like how it's almost like he is in a constant state of panic and fear. And you put your hand on his shoulder and he loosens up a little bit, but it's still like extremely tense. And he kind of looks at you and, help us, please.
I will.
It is our sworn duty, sir. We will help you. Well, it is my sworn duty, as I look at Goretax.
How long ago would you say you noticed the woods changing?
The changes started small. Rabbits with twisted bodies, trees warping. But it started about a year ago. It's been a slow progression, but it's getting So much worse.
Have you had anyone new come to the village around that time frame? New faces, unknown people that stayed?
No. Just you all and
Would you say?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
it's just you all and the other one that was dressed kind of like you, and he points to you, Lucian.
Another came to talk to you?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
What did he want to know?
He was asking me questions that made no sense. Something about occult or something. I don't know.
Do you remember the name of the cult that he asked about?
No, I never got a name.
Did he speak with you specifically as well?
Who, the other one dressed like this one?
Yes.
Yeah, he talked to me on his way out. A lot of travelers, as they used to come by, used to stop and talk to me about stories. Nobody comes anymore.
I have another question for you. The woods to the north and the west, or correction, the north and the east. Do you get the same sense of change in those areas, or is it mostly just the Weeping Woods?
Honestly, it's mostly just the Weeping Woods.
But you do get that same feel of unease in those other areas as well, or not at all?
Not as much.
Okay. Do you guys get fish in the river that passes underneath the bridge?
Not so much anymore. There hasn't been a good fishing spot for quite a few years.
Okay, so that was more of an issue prior to the woods changing, right?
Yeah, but these woods, they used to be plentiful for game. You used to be able to go out and within an hour be able to bag yourself a deer, but not so much anymore. So as you all are sitting here and talking with Thom, you all get the sense that there's not much more that he would actually know, but you also get the sense that this particular man, he's not one to be freaked out easily. So whatever actually is causing this, we'll say paranoia, could be something legitimate at this point.
I'll wait for him to finish the beer and the mug.
Okay.
It is my mug. I gotta return that back to Lyra.
Okay, so pending anybody asking anything else, you all sit there, kind of letting this man just try to relax in your guys' presence as much as possible as he sips his ale and he drinks it and sets it down. And
Just continuing to massage my chin beard.
I must thank you all. I needed that more than I realized. But if you don't mind, I'd like to go to bed now.
It's a wonderful
Let me
idea.
take the mug back. Otherwise, Lyra's gonna probably charge me for a replacement one.
Probably. So you all gather whatever you brought in, stand up, and start to leave. And as you're leaving, Thumb meets you at the door, or as he's getting ready to close the door. One last thing. If you go in the woods, go prepared. Because whatever it is in there, it's trying to kill us all. And he slowly closes the door, and then he goes to his window, and you see the shutters close, and then you just hear a series of locks in multiple spots lock behind you.
If I can, before he closes the door, I just want to mention, if you think of anything else, let us know. We'll be in town for a couple of days at least.
Certainly. We shall be ready.
Have a good night. And I'll return back to the tavern.
Okay. So, for this night, is there anything else anybody's wanting to do?
As we head back to, are we all heading back to the inn right now? Is what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I head back to my room in the inn, including the night. Take off my armor, and I unsheathe my sword, holding it out in front of me, and taking my pendant in my other hand, and I do just a prayer to Ayamide. I pray for the village. I pray for good tidings, and I pray for Jameson and the old Tom to recover, and etc., etc.
Okay. So you all bed down for the night to get some rest after your long day of travel and investigation. And as you all drift off to sleep, each of you have a dream. You dream of flowing red liquid pouring what you can only assume this liquid to be is blood. You dream of tears forming in darkness, wings, both bone and feathered, spreading and then withering away. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Good to go.